Uh, Possibly I'll do a very quick round of what Shop CJ and who I am. I, of course, represent the technology wing of Shop CJ, which is a home shopping channel, home shopping retail business out in India. It's a Korean organization which is Asia's #1 shopping channel across, and we are in India for the last 6 years. Essentially, the way you would recognize us is possibly find a channel called Shop CJ in your televisions, and we promote our products on the channel. We run a scroller which gives you a number where a customer is requested to call us up, and our call center in the back end picks up those calls and converts it into engagement with the customer. Thereafter is very similar to what e-commerce is today. It's the whole game about fulfillment, reaching out to customers far and wide across the country. So that's Shop CJ, right? Now, I personally come from retail with over 10 years in retail and roughly around 25 years now in IT. The very interesting challenge which I faced when I joined this organization a year back was while technologically, television has been there for a very, very long time. But the essential thing which I realized in the form of retail that I was in is while it is still called a communication, a media of communication, but it really doesn't talk back or interactively talk with the consumer or the customer in our case, or a viewer as you would like to call it. So if I'm going to do business with or using a television, right? I need to have an ability to be able to interact with the customer, right? Now, essentially, when we are talking about a pure play e-commerce, there are ways that you can click buttons and kind of interact digitally with the equipment, which is a computer, and also you can do it nowadays with a smart TV for a long time. But in my form of retail, there is no way that I can find out as yet that which customer is actually watching my channel. So if you think through, all of us, when we view a channel, probably a company like ours never get to know whether you're viewing it or not. So what I'm trying to work out on is a way to be able to make my television smart. And the way I'm working, since Arun asked about are we doing anything around it? So what we're doing is we're working on a technology which actually embeds on the broadcast itself. And what it does is it communicates with your device, which is mobile, which is possibly nowadays all the time with you. Yeah? And when you're watching the television, it actually interacts with the mobile, helps me identify the customer in various ways. If I'm already an existing customer, it's much more easier. We can identify you there. If you're not, then we use this particular system, which has an ecosystem built around other apps which are there in the market. And if they are in those apps, well, for example, a lot of banking apps have now started adapting to this particular app. We're able to connect back to the customer. Moment the channel is built between the customer and the television, I can do a host of things. I can reach out to the customer at that point of time. I can facilitate one-click shopping experience for you. I can give flyers to you. I can give promotions to you, and so on and so forth. So this is one area, Arun, that we took for ourselves, because I believe that could be a very big game changer for us in terms of our connect with the customer.